Miyamoto Musashi, A Book of Five Rings, The Classic Guide to Strategy. Step into the world of ancient samurai strategy with Miyamoto Musashi's timeless instructional guide, A Book of Five Rings. This summary draws you into the life and philosophy of one of Japan's most revered swordsmen, who penned his ultimate lessons on strategy in a mountain cave during his final years. In a society transitioning from constant warfare to relative peace, Musashi distilled the essence of conflict and life strategy into core principles. Readers will explore themes such as the singular importance of focusing on essentials, the fluidity of water representing adaptability, and the crucial role of psychological warfare. Expect to dive into a philosophy that champions practicality over flamboyance and favors victory over honorable defeat. Whether you seek to harness these warrior teachings in personal battles or broader life challenges, Musashi's insights remain profoundly relevant for mastering the art of strategic thinking.
Musashi's legacy of focus. In the stillness of a sacred Japanese cave, as the leaves turned yellow and red in late autumn, Miyamoto Musashi embarked on the task of distilling a lifetime of martial wisdom. It was October 10, 1643, and the renowned swordsman, now 60 and sensing the end of his journey approaching with both failing strength and fleeting time, began composing the Five Scrolls. These writings would transcend his own era, offering timeless insights into the nature of conflict and strategy. Musashi's reflections were shaped by the tumultuous times in which he lived. As a samurai, he was part of a class that had evolved from loyal attendants of nobility to powerful military rulers. By the 12th century, Japan's real power lay not with the ceremonial emperor, but with shoguns, military dictators from the samurai ranks. A complex web of power struggles ensued, forging the warrior ethos that defined the samurai for centuries to come. The early 1600s brought consolidation of power, with warlord Tokugawa Ieyasu uniting Japan under a new centralized authority. This peace forced many samurai into a restless search for identity in a country relinquishing its taste for war. Some adapted, becoming priests or doctors, while others, known as ronin, wandered without masters, adhering to ancient martial traditions and codes of honor. Musashi, born in 1584, was one of these ronin. He wandered through life devoted to martial arts and practicing his core discipline, swordsmanship. Musashi's life is known to us through stories preserved by his students. They tell of a man who avoided domestic ties and remained ever prepared for conflict, forsaking luxuries like hair combing or bathing to ensure readiness. These tales reveal a character marked by unyielding pragmatism. One anecdote recounts Musashi's method of selecting bamboo poles suitable for flagpoles, decisively striking each against the ground, keeping only those that endured the test. This same pragmatism characterized his approach to swordsmanship, evident in his undefeated duel record. From his first duel at 13 to his retirement at 30, Musashi claimed victory in 60 contests. Duels in samurai culture were both personal tests and demonstrations of technique, sometimes a fight to the death when matters of honor or political stakes were involved. Musashi wielded both the katana and bakken with deadly effectiveness. Yet, he humbly insisted his victories were not due to extraordinary skill or speed. Instead, it was his relentless ability to focus on the essential, discarding the superfluous, that led him to mastery. Musashi's Book of Five Rings encapsulates this philosophy. Through his writing, he aimed to share the art of identifying what truly matters amid chaos, a skill of equal relevance to contemporary battles, whether of the mind or in life itself. His wisdom offers readers a path to clarity, urging a focus on the foundational elements of strategy over distractions. Musashi's legacy lives on, guiding those who seek not only to survive but to thrive by turning simplicity into strength. Purposeful Warrior. A warrior's core mission lies in triumph, not in a noble death, as often misrepresented by wandering swordsmen's schools. Each school, believing to possess divine or demonic insights into superior combat techniques, settled differences through duels rather than words. Despite their variations, they all drew from the same philosophical roots steeped in samurai tradition, where the highest honor lay in dying for one's clan. Such a viewpoint granted a samurai his identity and purpose. Musashi, however, perceived this as a misguided celebration of death. In his eyes, death is an inevitable event faced alike by farmers, artisans, and soldiers. This commonality urged him to redefine what truly sets a warrior apart. He pragmatically claimed that a warrior's distinction comes from overcoming adversaries, from victory rather than sacrifice. This perspective compelled him to challenge the essence of being a warrior: if you cannot win, why wield a sword? To Musashi, each profession had its unique mission. For a doctor, it was healing; for a carpenter, organizing materials; for a Buddhist, uncovering reality. Consequently, for a warrior, it was excelling over others in every endeavor. Defeating foes was just one aspect of living with purpose and excellence, traits Musashi felt many schools of swordplay had overlooked. By teaching ornamental and ineffective techniques, they were training students for graceful defeat rather than battlefield success. For Musashi, wielding a sword should have purpose, akin to a simple flower maturing into fruit, rather than a showy one that fades. Victory, not display, ought to be the hallmark of a true warrior's life. Fluidity in battle. To achieve victory, a warrior must embody the fluidity of water, a central element in Japanese Buddhist philosophy. Water, inherently adaptable, takes the shape of its container, whether a shallow bowl or a tall vase. This quality is analogous to the mindset of a true warrior, as taught by Musashi. The warrior, like water, remains fluid and responsive, moving with the situation rather than fixating on rigid techniques. Musashi cautioned against getting entangled in showy maneuvers, as they disrupt the natural flow of combat, transforming it into a rehearsed performance, disconnected from the dynamic spontaneity of battle. For the warrior to achieve such fluidity, the same adaptable mindset must be applied to all aspects of life. This concept is deeply rooted in Zen Buddhism, which emphasizes that the exceptional states of mind are artificial and unsustainable, while the true path lies in the everyday mind. In moments of extreme pressure, like in battle, a warrior reverts to what has been internalized through repetitive practice. Training until actions become as instinctual as daily activities allows the swordsman to execute them naturally, without conscious effort. As these movements become second nature, the mind remains keenly aware and the body effortlessly follows, ensuring the warrior remains a dynamic force in any confrontation. Minds in battle. Victory lies in crafting challenges for your opponent, both physically and mentally. Duels transcend mere physical combat, evolving into psychological battles where the mind can determine the outcome as decisively as the sword. This concept proved true in Miyamoto Musashi's famous duel with Sasaki Kojiro. At 28, Musashi accepted the challenge from Sasaki, a formidable rival wielding a notably long sword. Scheduled for April 13, 1612, on an isolated island near today's Kitakyushu, their meeting was highly anticipated. Sasaki arrived punctually, accompanied by his entourage, while Musashi deliberately delayed, allowing morning to turn into a scorching afternoon. His tardiness heightened Sasaki's agitation and frustration as he waited, sweltering in his ceremonial garb. When Musashi's boat finally appeared, Sasaki's patience had boiled over. Adding to Sasaki's dismay, Musashi emerged, not with a traditional steel sword, but wielding an oar he had carved into a longer wooden bakken. Sasaki, enraged and throwing away his scabbard, made a critical mistake. Musashi keenly remarked that discarding the scabbard symbolized Sasaki's expectation of death, an insight illustrating Sasaki's loss of psychological control. With nerves frayed, Sasaki was momentarily bested when Musashi's wooden sword struck true. A second decisive blow ended the duel. This moment exemplified the teachings of Musashi's fire scroll, where psychology plays a pivotal role in battle. Emotions, fueled by fire, can unsettle even the most skilled warrior. The feeling of danger, confronting the unexpected, or perceiving something beyond one's capacity can all disrupt focus. Musashi's strategy was rooted in the anticipation and exploitation of these emotions. By measuring his opponent's psychological state and injecting elements of unexpected difficulty, he created a battlefield where the mind waged its own war. Musashi understood that irritation, pride, and discomfort can unbalance an opponent, leading them to self-defeat before combat even begins. While Musashi may have faced a technically superior swordsman in Sasaki, his psychological triumph underscored the warrior's ultimate aim, achieving victory by any means necessary.
In conclusion, A Book of Five Rings offers profound insights into the art of winning, applicable to both the battlefield and everyday life. Musashi challenges conventional samurai beliefs by emphasizing victory over noble death, encouraging adaptability akin to water, and valuing substance over show. His teachings illuminate how focusing on the essentials and undermining your opponent psychologically can lead to success. By drawing parallels between the warrior's path and various life roles, Musashi provides a pragmatic approach to excel in all endeavors. This summary imparts key takeaways. The warrior's ultimate aim is victory achieved through understanding one's strengths, outmaneuvering opponents both physically and mentally, and maintaining a fluid mindset. These principles remind us that true excellence requires constant adaptation and clear purpose, marking Musashi's teachings as timeless strategies for both individuals and leaders navigating their own battles today.